That's so cute. You can put one on. I put one on. So I was thinking, all right. So Gabby needs help creating content. She's trying to find out her aesthetic, and that's what we're gonna help her with. So, what is it that you're really struggling?
I feel like finding like a brand identity.
Okay, finding a brand identity
and like sticking to it and making sure everything kind of like flows together.
And looks cohesive.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're watching this, it's because you're ready to take your lash business seriously and take the guessing out of it. I offer a mentorship program that helps you build your lash business from scratch. The link is in the description down below to apply.
Yeah.
Okay, so a brand identity and a cohesiveness. So what do you want your brand to represent? Like, what is the goal that when somebody sees your brand, it automatically says, oh, she's a clean girl vibe, or she likes Western stuff, or what is that vibe that you're going for? Do you know? Like,
I feel
what's
like
the vision?
My vision that I see, I'm like, I don't have it like to the T yet, but something I know I want. I just want to give off like, okay, she's professional, like reputable, but like clean and like.
So you want very clean looks?
Like a clean, very like professional vibe. I like the vibe that you have going here. And I feel like, I don't know, I like that, or seeing also like other lash artists of like, oh, they have that like cozy, but like in a way still like clean type of vibe. I don't know if that makes sense.
So what I did, I picked 4 different colors. So my main colors are black, white, and I do gray, and I do a soft white. So I have 2 different whites and a black and a dark gray. So those are like my main colors, and I always use those colors. So I would recommend you to find a color palette that you like. So you want a clean look, maybe, you know how the browns, there's different tones of browns. I remember you had mentioned that brown ones. You can do browns, you can even do greens. There's a girl that her whole page is just green, but it's soft and clean. So it's like, okay, what colors do you want? And remember, what you choose now will eventually evolve as you as an artist, you evolve and you grow and you improve your techniques, and you're like, oh, well, now I want to be more like this, and you mature and all this. It's like, it changes as you grow. My brand, what it looks like today, it didn't look like this when I first started. So it took me some time to get here. The more you work on it, the more you realize what you like and what you don't like.
No, that makes sense, because when I will say, like, when I started or whatever, I was like, I want to be like so pink and like girly and like this, like, oh, even some of my like tools that I have and stuff, everything's like pink, or like even like the little boundaries, and I still, because I bought a lot of them, and it's all like pink and stuff, but now I'm like, okay, I'm kind of growing out of the pink. I don't know if I want to be so girly vibe, but yeah, I feel like I want to go more into like the neutrals, nudes, like maybe like black, I don't know. Right now, I haven't done like what I have so far. I'm like, everything's kind of like black, and I painted my room like a light brown type of vibe. So then I'm like with black, and then, oh, I just bought a mirror like the one you have there, but like
I love that
smaller, like a half one. I'm like, even I just put it up and I already made a difference. I'm like, oh, so like it looks nicer.
It's the little things.
Yeah, but definitely I feel like, okay, I like dark, so I'm like, okay, maybe like dark, like brown, I don't know. You
can do like a moody vibe, like a dark brown, and like all dark hues of browns. Or if you want to incorporate black, you can do black and dark brown as your main color. You know how there's this really pretty brown, like a cocoa brown, like a cocoa chocolate brown? Something like that. And you can have like a cute color palette. We can even look it up. Let's grab your laptop and let's look up these color palettes that you want. What do you think?
Yes, sounds good.
So grab it. So for figuring out your brand identity, let's go on Google. And what I would type in is, you can either go to Pinterest. Pinterest is huge inspiration for me. Do you ever use Pinterest?
I do, yes.
Okay. Do you like it?
I feel like I do like it. It gives me like different ideas for different stuff. I was brainstorming on there when like looking for like my aesthetics.
Did you create a folder?
I don't think I
Okay, just create a folder. So we're gonna create a folder on Pinterest, and we're gonna title it the name of our beauty brand. So yours is Luxe Beauty. Did you confirm on that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So title it Luxe Beauty, please. Okay, perfect. So here's where you create your board. So you can do create board. So basically this Pinterest board is going to be your inspo picture. Everything regarding your business, you want to put in here. So for example, now go ahead and push next. So now go back to the homepage of Pinterest, and now look up, because you mentioned earlier you wanted to find something dark, moody vibe, right? So I would look up dark, moody aesthetics. Dark, moody aesthetic color palette, because we're trying to figure out our color palette for our brand. Perfect.
So I like this. I like the browns type of vibe.
So every post that you like, go ahead and start saving it to your board. Scroll through Pinterest, give yourself a few minutes, see what you like. Even if you see like decor ideas, or you see furniture, anything you see that calls your name and you're like, this is my brand. We're trying to get a minimum of 9 posts saved so we can see your vision of your ideal brand. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So save a couple into your Luxe Beauty. And then from there, based off of the vision that we get, we can like start moving forward. So this is step 1 of trying to create your brand identity, is creating an inspiration board, a vibe, a vision that you kind of want to start following.
Okay. So there's so many different, I always will see this one. I always love this one. This one. It still is like very aesthetic vibe, but just literally the rug is like what gives it that. Does it matter if I save different ones?
No.
So I can like kind of compare.
Yeah, no, it's not bad that you save different ones. It's even better because from here, like for example, that picture, what did you like? You like the rug. That's perfect. We don't like the whole picture, but we like the rug.
I feel like it's still giving like, not glam, but in a way, I don't know, because I have like the nice like chandelier thing going.
So for example, that picture we're seeing, is that a brown bed or a black bed?
Black.
Black. So we're seeing a black bed. We're seeing white and black and grays. And her color for her lighting is cool tone. So the color of our neon sign is a cool tone sign. If we were to make it a little bit like yellowish light, it would be a warm tone. So she has cool tones in her studio. And so you see she has a lot of silver because of chandelier, black and white because of the couch and the bed and the floor. So her 3 color palettes is gray, black and white with cool lighting.
Okay.
So that's kind of how you want to determine what do you want your color palette to be. And all of this blends in so nicely because she's mixing textures, materials. And what I mean, like, look at the bed. It looks like it's a leather bed, right? But then look at the couch. It's not a leather couch. It's like a fabric one, huh?
Yeah.
And then look at the rug. What type of material is that? It's like a hide material, whatever it's called. So she's mixing and incorporating different materials, but with the same color palette that she started with. So now let's go look at your board. How many did you already pin? Okay, so you have those 3. So do you see how these 2 color palettes and this color palette don't kind of blend? Why do you think that is?
Because they're 2 different like vibes, I guess you would say. I feel like this is going to be more, how you were saying, this is more cool tone, this is more like warm tone, even though you have like the black in there, but like the browns, the nudes. Yeah.
So what do you want? Do you want to go more for a warmer, dark, moody vibe? Because you can do both. You can go warm or you can go cold. So that's something that you have to think about. Here we have a very cool vibe because if you look at those lights, they're cool tone, right? You look at the neon sign, it's cool tone.
Yeah. The only thing I'm like, which is like, I don't know if this has anything to do. I mean, it's obviously like my brand identity has its own identity. I feel like I'm very like, I prefer like warmer tones. Like I'm a gold girl. Like I'm not a silver girl. Like
okay, so you're warmer vibes.
Like, warmer vibe, but then like I kind of like this too.
Okay, so that's something that you have to figure out.
Okay,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we continue looking for Pinterest ideas and let's do 5 minutes of finding and pinning things.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a break and we'll be back. If this is already helping you, imagine what we can do working one-on-one together. I have mentorship spots open for beginners who want to get booked, build a brand, and feel confident about their work. The link to apply is in the description down below. So show me what you came up with. So, may I see?
Yes.
All right, this is nice. I love this. Ooh, very dark, very moody. I'm seeing lots of grays. I like this. What do you like about this one?
I feel like I know this is like a different vibe, but I kind of like, I don't know. I kind of like the lights in here and like the browns. I think that one definitely goes more into like the color palette we had kind of chose originally. And then like the only 2 that I see similar is that one and the one I have in the right corner.
This one, yeah.
I like and this one I really like the pattern like, on the wall. I feel like it looks very like.
That's very nice.
Like, I don't know, like nice, like cool.
You mentioned you got a mirror like this.
Yeah, I got one like
Maybe adding lighting in the back of your mirror would be really nice.
That would be cool.
Because you got a mirror. And these lights, you can honestly find them on Amazon really super cheap. With this stuff, just make sure that everything you buy. So something that I like to always remember, everything I buy is going to be within my color palette.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's a different texture, but I can only buy 4 colors.
Okay.
Black, white, gray, or light white. If you notice, we have a little white in here, but the whites are different. they're all white.
Yeah.
You know, in their
But
own unique way.
It meshes together.
It meshes together. We have a lot of black. Like I said, everything we buy fits within our color palette.
Okay.
So we haven't fully determined your color palette, but we're noticing what we like so far.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So from here, we like these. What about this one? What do we like from here?
I don't know. I like how clean, kind of like, it's kind of minimalistic, but like it's very clean, very
Airy.
nice.
It looks very airy.
Like even just the shelves, like she doesn't have, I feel like, too much going on, but then she has like a chandelier, so I feel like that's like cute, like, you know. And I feel like with something I relate to this, where I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm going more towards the black. I feel like at home, a lot of my things are already black. Like my bed is black.
Okay.
Obviously my light is black. My little car is black. Now the mirror that I got, it's like exactly like that one, but it's like black. So I think everything I have is honestly like it's black. Just the room, now I painted it like obviously I know the room you can change the color, it's fine. But it's like a darker version of this color, like a dark.
Okay, like a taupe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm picking up that most of your furniture is black.
Yeah.
So what you can do is keep all your furniture black, and now let's incorporate accent colors.
Okay, yeah.
So now let's figure out what your accent colors are going to be. So for example, let's say right here, you see all her furniture is mainly beige, right? And her accent color is this color right here.
Yeah.
And you notice how it's right there and right there and right there, right there, right there, and right there. But other than that, everything else is the same.
If you already have like, okay, let's say like what I already have going on, right? Like just the basics are like black. Would you be able to add like beige and neutrals as like the accent colors, or is that not gonna go well?
I think it will, because like, for example, look at this color palette, right? So here we have, this is like a black. It's a really dark brown, I wanna say, but I think you can use this as your black.
Okay.
And so then you can use some of these colors here and make sure that everything you buy is within this color palette. So what you can do is take a screenshot of this and put it on your phone, and whenever you go shopping, take it out
Get off of that.
and combine. Like, oh, you're gonna buy a little tray? Where in my color palette does this tray fit?
That makes sense though, because when was it? I think when I went to go buy the mirror, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go buy my blanket, and like I was gonna buy like a little curtain for like the little I have a little closet in that room, but I was like, oh, so I can like look more, like so it can look better. But I was concerned that I was like, it's not gonna tie together. I was like, let me just wait. I was like, I felt safe with getting the mirror because it was black. So I was like, I'm gonna get it, can't go wrong with it. But then I did like stop myself, because I was like, okay, wait, I need to actually know the vibe of my room, because I can't just be buying things and it doesn't go together. And then I'm like, okay, well, now what do I do with all this extra stuff? Because I'm not gonna use it. So something
that we do here is, if you notice, everything we have is accents of silver. If you look around, there's a lot of silver. So what is going to be your accent metal? Because you are going on the warmer tone. She right here has silver. It gives me silver vibes. But right here, it gives me gold vibes.
Yeah.
And because you have mentioned you are going to go more of a warmer tone, what is going to be your accent metal? That's kind of what we need to figure out.
Okay.
Are you going to choose one of these two palettes? Or are you still kind of like not 100% convinced? And if you're not, that's totally okay.
I feel like I'm leaning more towards like color palettes. You mean these?
So right now, Gabby's looking for inspirations and different perspectives of what types of metal she wants to add into her studio. And it's important to have all these things kind of figured out before you go ahead and start decorating your place. It's gonna help you decorate with purpose and ensure that your room and your environment comes out looking very presentable and aesthetic, because what girl doesn't like going into a very aesthetic place? And it's gonna just make your client feel very welcome, very warm, and it's gonna show that you care and that you're putting a lot of effort into an environment that you work out of. And remember, this is an environment that you're gonna be in for hours. So you want it to look amazing. You also want it to photograph amazing. And there's no wrong or right way to do this. You can do it however you want. But this is like the starting point to getting you to that point of getting those very aesthetic Pinterest board SD rooms. So I don't think gold looks bad. But you have to figure out what type of gold you want to use.
Okay.
You know how there's different kinds of golds? There's like brassy golds, there's like muted gold, really bright golds, really yellow golds, rose gold. Rose gold would be cute. That's cute.
But it's...
So you gotta find a gold that kind of makes you feel like, oh, this meshes well together. It doesn't matter what metal you choose, but just finding a good gold or even copper, you know, brass. There's so many tones out there that you can play with. It just really depends on like your personal preference.
Okay.
Your room has to also speak who you are. You know, like if you notice, this environment says a lot about Bia and I. It's a lot of our vibe. It's like my little sister, when she first came in, she's like, oh my God, this is so Tati. And if you go to Bia's house, you understand this is so Bia. If you go to my house, oh, this is Bia. Like we're just very like girly, but very artsy in a vibe, in a way. So that's kind of the thing we were portraying. So like, what do you want your room to say about you? You know?
Okay.
So we determine you want something clean, moody but warm, and you're leaning into blacks and browns. Okay, so now we need to determine your metal.
Okay.
So what metals do you want to go for? And once you have all of this collected, like I said, you go to stores and make sure that it matches. And you have like kind of like a blueprint, like a guide. You know, you're not just lost wandering around and seeing like, oh, this looks pretty, that looks pretty. No, you're like shopping with purpose. That's the whole point.
No, that makes sense. I feel like if I do stick to this color palette, even though we can't see it, but if we stick to this one, like if I do like the black with like the chocolatey brown type of vibe, I feel like I can tie in a gold because I feel like brown with gold, like it goes together. And I mean like black kind of goes with everything, but I feel like I wouldn't want to do a super yellow gold.
Not yellow.
Like just kind of look more like, I don't know, like, let's see.
More warm. Like the gold that you have in your earrings right now, I think it's a really nice gold. And maybe that could be your example.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'm gonna only get gold in this color. And you can take your earring with you when you go shopping.
And compare.
Yeah, and you go back and compare like, oh, okay. Because sometimes, you know, I'm sure you've noticed when you go to like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, there's so many things that are gold. So after doing this exercise, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like now I kind of see what aesthetic I want to go for. I feel like I want to be more in like the blacks, but I feel like I do want to incorporate some browns and stuff in there. But now I see that I like that brand identity a little more than like the nudes and neutrals that I originally thought I wanted to go for.
Yeah.
But now like after looking, I was like, okay, I identify more with this.
Good. I'm happy that this helped you. And, you know, just doing this, and you can build it up as you go as well. Like, don't feel like you have to understand everything all at once. It takes time to really understand where you want to take your brand, your vision, right? And kind of start creating something. And once you start, things just kind of start building. And you just build on top of it, until eventually you're like, okay, I like where this is going. And then you kind of get used to it. And then your brain automatically knows like, oh, this specific black, because you also know, right? Different shades of black. This specific black goes well with my studio, but this black doesn't. So yeah, solita vas aprendiendo.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
No, yeah, that makes sense. And thank you.
So we figured out your color palette, figured out your metals. We did gold. And then we figured out kind of the vibe that we're going for. We're going for very warm, moody tones. So now, whenever you go shopping, just make sure to take your little board and always match your stuff that you buy. You won't be fearful of buying things. And something that I've learned is you want to mix materials. So for example, here we have leather, we have metal, we have like your classic stuff like this. We have these office chairs with fabric. The chairs that Bia uses, there's fabric in there. So mixing fabrics and materials will really kind of tie the place in and help it feel like not just very like
more natural, like more organic.
And also disciplined. So like you have leather, you have this, you have that. It just kind of flows nicely. So I hope that helps.
Yes.
Now, what is the other thing that you were struggling with?